Hi everyone, welcome to a new school year and welcome to U.S. History. My name is Mr. Giles. I am a student teacher from Eastern Michigan University, and this semester I am going to be working alongside your teacher, Mrs. Beatty. I'm going to be sticking around through through December. And I want to start this video by talking about the syllabus. Right here at the top, you can see Mrs. Beatty's email address. That is how you will be able to contact her and myself if you need any help with anything. And a little bit of description about what the course is. So we're going to be studying U.S. history from about the end of the Civil War up through the present day. And typically when someone thinks about a history class, they might think about, reading a textbook, which is something we will do. And they think about, memorizing just names, facts, dates, things like that. But I think in this course, I want to do a little more than that. I really want to introduce you to what historians themselves do. And by bringing that into the classroom, well, the virtual classroom, we're going to get into, looking at historical documents, asking historical questions. And when we're reading those documents, making our own interpretations of what these people were saying during the particular time that we're studying. And let's see, what else? Let's talk about the expectations for the course. Since we are in a virtual setting now, there's going to be a little bit more responsibility on you as a student to, take control of your learning. And that means having effective communication. So if something's not going right, if you're having a problem with Schoology, if a link's not working, or there's an assignment that you're confused about, make sure you're emailing Mrs. Beatty right away so that we can get together and try to take care of your problem or any issues that you're having. You are going to have to complete assigned readings in the textbook, and there might be some readings from other books, might take some excerpts out, or maybe an article, or like I said, the primary source documents. Let's see, what else? It's moving along. Some of the required assignments that you'll be doing this year, we'll be doing things like reading comprehension quizzes, just small quizzes after the reading, essential essay questions. Those are really those historical questions that I was talking about. And you'll be writing essays with answers to them that you've come up with. Primary source, when we get into primary sources, maybe diary entries, old newspaper articles, things like that. You're really going to get into analyzing those. Threaded discussions, we'll be doing some online discussions. I might throw some questions at you, and since we can't do that in the physical classroom, we're going to be doing that in a more online setting in Schoology. And then we'll also have just your regular tests, multiple choice short answer questions, and we'll be doing some projects as well where you can get a little more creative. Like I said, with the course content, we're going to pick up just after the Civil War, which is after Reconstruction, about 1877. We'll get into the Industrial Revolution, the Progressive Era, World War I, World War II, the Cold War, Vietnam, all the way up through today. Your textbook, you probably already have that. It's actually, I have a copy there. It's called American History, the Modern Era Since 1865. That'll be the primary textbook you'll use. There's also this textbook here, which is an online one, which is located in Schoology. If you go into, let's see, this computer is going to be fast. Okay. The resources folder in materials on Schoology. And you can find that a link to that online textbook in here. Let's see. grading policy. Here is the 4-point grading scale. And right here is how the assignments and different things you'll be doing in the class will be weighted. So class participation is 10% of your grade. Your tests and essays are 30. The quizzes are 10%. Class assignments and homeworks 20%, and the projects are 30%. Attendance, you're not really here in the classroom, so we'll work that out, how that's going to work. But just really make sure that you're getting into Schoology and getting your work done on time. If you need to make up a test or something, make sure you are contacting Mrs. Beatty through email right away. Assignments can't be turned in more than 1 day late. Extra credit. I know Mrs. Beatty isn't really big on extra credit, but like it says here, she may give out extra credit if she feels the need to. Plagiarism, this is something we need to talk about that is pretty serious. What it is basically when you're writing a paper or something, you want to make sure what you're writing is your own original work. If you are copying and pasting something, you are essentially stealing that information from its author. And you are not supposed to be passing off somebody else's work as your own. And this will not be tolerated. I know here at Bedford, if you're caught plagiarizing, immediately we'll start gathering evidence, and there will be a folder created, and you will be notified by email right away, as well as your parent or guardian and your assistant principal. So if you are caught plagiarizing, all of these people are going to know right away. There will be an academic dishonesty note that will be created and put in your permanent file for Bedford High School. And that academic dishonesty note will stick with you for all 4 years of high school. So you really need to understand that this is a big deal, and it's not acceptable here at Bedford, and it can get you in trouble, obviously here in high school, but it can also get you in trouble, in college or many careers. Plagiarism is not something you want to do. And here are just some of the classroom rules. I mean, again, you're not here in the physical classroom, but keep in mind that this is a very, this subject or this syllabus could be changed if it was needed. Okay, that's the syllabus. Let's go on to what you're going to be doing for the first day of school. Okay, here we go. So your learning targets for the day are to basically, describe what's going on in the syllabus. We just talked about that. You're going to introduce yourself to your classmates, virtually, of course. We just talked a little bit about plagiarism, and you're also going to learn more about that in a lesson. You're going to learn how to avoid it. And then later, we're going to talk a little bit about what history is and why it might be important to study. So, step 1 for the day, you're already watching the video here. Step 2, you're going to do a getting to know you activity where you're going to make a Google Slides about yourself. And this assignment can be found in Schoology in the introduction folder under materials. That assignment is here. So basically, you're going to create a Google Slides presentation telling us about you. Feel free to get creative and have fun with it. Adding pictures, effects, music, whatever you want to do. Just share some information. here's some examples of some things I thought of. It should be at least, or it should be 3 to 5 slides. And yeah, so that's the getting to know you activity. If we go back to the introduction folder, the next thing you're going to do is the actual avoiding plagiarism lesson. So we'll click on that here. So you're going to follow this link to this TED Ed lesson about avoiding plagiarism. So first you're going to watch this video here. And then after you watch that video, you'll be able to click on Think here, and you're going to answer 4 multiple choice questions. I think when you go to answer those questions, it's going to ask you to enter your name. So just enter your first and last name. And then after you answer those 4 questions, you're going to click on Discuss, and you'll be able to post in a discussion board. There will be a prompt there for you to check out and respond to. And then here, and finally, after you've done those things, you're going to follow this link to a plagiarism agreement form. And you're going to check these, type your name, and submit this form. This is basically you agreeing not to commit plagiarism here at Bedford High School this semester in this class. Okay, where were we? So that's the avoiding plagiarism activity / lesson. And then the last thing you're going to do is do this Flipgrid activity where we're going to talk about history a little bit. It's going to kind of be a video discussion. So you're going to follow this link to flipgrid.com. And at the top here, there's an area for you to enter the join code for your hour. Here, this is 3rd hour's lesson. So this is 3rd hour's join code, but I also have both of those join codes on the lesson plan here. It will be in the introduction folder. So you're going to enter that code. You're going to click join with Google, and you should be able to pick your My Bedford account. And then once you get into the discussion, you'll see the 2 prompts. There'll be 2 questions. One is, what is history? So I kind of want you to just think about that and, in your own words, kind of describe what history is as you understand it. And then I also want you to think about and talk about, why is it important to study history? Why do we learn this in school, and why do people become historians and study history for a living? Okay, I think that'll be it for the day. Just one more note. Make sure when you're logging in to Schoology, each day that you're checking these updates here. Every day, Mrs. Beatty and I will be posting an update here so that you can kind of see what you're supposed to do today. And it's just kind of us helping steer you in the right direction. So I think that's all I have for now. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting to know everyone this year and learning with you. And I hope you have a first day of school.